Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. When it's Tuesdays, that means I'm on Tumblr using the hashtag KatieFAQ. Then that's how I get your questions. And if you've done that, you gave them to me, then I sorted and I answered them. And sorry, I'm a little tired today. I had to have a procedure done, an endoscopy, to check out why I was having stomach pains. And they put you under and I'm really dragging. But good news, no ulcers. Hooray! Because that's what I was scared about. So we're good. But so today's just been a little like discombobulated-y, if that's a word. It is now. Okay. So I'm sorry if my energy level's not like shoom, because they had to, put me out and stuff, which is icky. Okay. Question number 1. Hey, Katie, I often forget the work that I've done in therapy shortly after I leave appointments, like an hour after. Especially my trauma therapy. Is this normal? How do I stop forgetting what I've worked on in therapy right away? Yes, this is very normal. Something that our body does to kind of cope with stressful situations is dissociate. I've done a video about dissociation and kind of what we've called maladaptive daydreaming. And especially when we talk about trauma, without even realizing it, sometimes we can dissociate from the situation, or we can almost separate ourselves from what we're talking about so that we can keep talking about it. And that can cause us to lose our memory. It's just the way it works. I don't know exactly what happens in the brain neurochemically, but I know that it affects our frontal lobe, which is where a lot of our memory is stored, our short-term memory, and it can make it really hard for us to log that into long-term memory. Something that can really help, and that I do with a lot of my patients when I work through trauma, and if they have trouble staying present, is we'll do some grounding techniques that I've talked about before using your 5 senses. You can also make lists of things you want to go over in that session, and you can make notes about it to keep you there and to help you remember. Start thinking outside the box. Start thinking of things that you're comfortable doing that would help you remember better what you're working on or what you've worked on in therapy. But it's totally normal. And if any of you have worked through this and you have some certain techniques that your therapist had you do, I've even had patients snap rubber bands, which I know some of us do that for self-harm, but that can help you stay present. There's a lot of options, so let us know below, okay? And question number 2. Hi, Katie. Are eating disorders racist? Good question. I've often heard that only Caucasians can have them. I go days without eating when really stressed and restrict on a regular basis. It's caused some concern for my friends and family. However, I don't believe I can have one since I'm African American. Are eating disorders only a white girl problem? I really love your videos and hope you can answer this. Thanks. I thought this was great because I actually had a friend in college comment on that. She was African American, and it was in my one of my psych classes. We were talking about eating disorders, and she said, "Ugh, white people problems." She said it kind of to herself / the room without wanting to actually talk about it. But no, they're not racist. That would be more of a racist statement to think that mental illness can only affect certain people. That's like saying depression is a Mexican American thing, or anxiety is a Polish thing, or giving certain races and certain types of people, they only get a certain type of mental illness. Mental illness doesn't know age, race, sex, height, weight, anything. It does not discriminate, which is kind of a bad thing in a way. But no, I have had plenty of African American clients, inpatient, outpatient, who struggle with eating disorders. It's very common. So no, you're not alone. Don't worry. If anybody tells you otherwise, say mental illness doesn't discriminate. So shut your face. Okay, so question number 3. Hi, Katie. My question is, how do I know if I should switch therapists or if it's just my depression resisting? I've been going to therapy for over a year now and I don't feel any better. I've talked to my therapist, but nothing seems to change. Our depression will resist. And the way that I would know if that was actually what was happening is I would recognize whether I'm doing any of the work or not. If I'm not doing anything, then I can't expect to see any result. Just going to a therapist alone is not enough. We have to make changes on our own. I know it's hard, but we have to start small, right? It's a process, it's not perfection. So I would encourage you to notice, maybe in the past month, if you just want to think back over your time with your therapist, if you've done any work on your own. What have you tried? Now, if you've been trying to do stuff and you still feel like I'm just not getting anywhere, then I would change therapists, because that would tell me whether it's you or whether it's her or him or whoever your therapist is, because you kind of want to manage which it is. And if you're having trouble getting motivated and doing something, then that's what I would talk about in therapy. But if you find you're trying your darndest and you're still feeling stuck, then I would start looking to find someone else. Okay? Now, the journal topic today comes from Dance First, Think Later on Tumblr. Thank you so much. And it says, great things are done by series of small things brought together. That's the quote, which I love because it's a process, not perfection, right? And she says, I just made a list of all the things that I've done to get this far. For example, how I prepared for appointments, etc., made me realize how many challenges I've overcome and how all the little things add up. And this can be really powerful because our negative voice in our head will tell us, you haven't done shit, nothing's coming together, blah, 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 you're not getting anywhere. But if we pay attention to all those small things, like I got out of bed, I showered, I made it to that appointment, I called and made that appointment, I reached out to that friend, whatever. There are tons of little things we do every day that I want you to pay attention to and recognize. So maybe today's a good day to make a list of the things you've done. I don't know. What do you think? Okay, thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so I'll be on the website and I'll be on YouTube. So ask your questions below and on the website and use the hashtag KatieFAQ and I'll find them. Have a good one. Bye.